Creating an LLC can save you thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars and a ton of headache down the road. If you're a startup, small business, or a new entrepreneur, you should really think about creating an LLC, or you already are and you want to know the exact steps on creating one. Don't worry, I got you covered in today's video. Yo, what is up guys? It's your boy Forrest, and in today's video, it's going to be a little different from what I normally post because I get asked a ton of questions about LLCs. So I'm going to go over what an LLC means, the benefits of having one, and how to obtain an EIN number, and walk you through step by step on how to easily create an LLC on your own in under 10 minutes for free. So what does an LLC stand for? It stands for a limited liability corporation. Now this is just a big fancy word for saying protection. All you're doing is creating a separate entity for your business. Now you might be asking, why create a separate entity? Why can't you just start a business and go from there? Well, let's say you start a business under your personal name. Everything will be going well, and then one day you get hit with a fat lawsuit in the mail saying they're coming after everything you own. Because you use your personal name on the business, that means all the assets you own are liable. So your home, your car, and everything else you own. They can come and take those from you. So the smart thing to do is create an LLC. With an LLC, if someone were to come sue you, they can't come after your home or your cars. They can only sue and come after what the business owns. Hence the name limited liability is only limited to what the business owns. So since your business most likely doesn't own your home, you don't have to worry about sleeping on the streets. Not only do you get the protection, but you get a bunch of tax advantages that come with having an LLC. So good old Uncle Sam can't take all your money. With an LLC, you're allowed to reduce your taxable income and write off business expenses. So let's say you have a business and it's an LLC and you make $50,000 in a year and you have to spend $30,000 on various expenses such as labor, internet, office, cars, etc. You can deduct those expenses, which would bring down your total taxable income. Now I'm not going to go too in depth on this because it can get pretty technical and I'm no expert on this stuff, but there are a ton of YouTube videos you guys can watch on different write-offs, loopholes, and all that fun stuff. But you're here to see how you can set up an LLC and get your EIN number. So let's dive into it and show you how you can easily set it up in under 10 minutes for free. Also, before we get into it, if you guys want to follow along step by step, which I highly recommend, I put the link to the exact page I'm going to be using down in the description box below. Make sure you use that one, as there are plenty of sketchy websites out there trying to take advantage of your personal information. So just follow along with the link down below. Alright, so setting up an LLC. Once you're on this page, the first thing you're going to do is click Start My Business. Now, this will open up a new tab. You're going to choose Entity Type. Now, this is what type of business do you want to create. Is it an LLC, S Corporation, C Corporation, Nonprofit? Whatever you want to do, you can just choose it and they'll handle everything for you. But for this case, we're going to be choosing an LLC, and you're going to also choose your state of formation. All right, once you choose the type of business and the state you're in, you're going to choose your package. So going into the silver one, this is the cheapest one, and this is a very good option as well. It's free. All you have to do is state fees and you get all your paperwork. So this is pretty much saying you get everything you need in terms of an LLC. You get unlimited name searches and you get free registered agent service for a year. Now, if you want to go up to the gold package, this is going to cost you $149 or $303 total. Now, this is going to include all your paperwork, unlimited name searches, free agent service. So pretty much everything. You get all these three things in the silver package, but you also get all these extra stuff. You get an EIN business tax number, which you guys can pay for if you want, or I'm going to be showing you how to get it for free as well. So just stay around for that as well. Or like I said, if you guys want the easy route, you guys can pay for it and they'll take care of it for you. You can get the Form 255-3 and you can get all these extra stuff as well. And for those of you that want to go for the platinum package, it's pretty much everything here, and I think you get a couple more stuff. But look at what it includes and see which one works best for you. Usually people end up going with the gold option. If you want to go the free route, then silver is the way to go. All you have to do is pay the state fees. So for this purposes, I'm just going to go with the gold package, as this is what a lot of people usually end up going with. So you're just going to hit get the gold package, and this is where you're going to put in all your contact information. So I'm just going to put in my information over here. Once you put in your contact information and your mailing address, you're just going to hit next from here. And it's going to pull up a suggested address. I usually end up going with the suggested one, so you're just going to hit use address. And now this is going to pull up your state filing time. So you have two options. You can go with the traditional time. So each state usually varies in how long it takes for them to file the LLC. So for me, Illinois is about 3 weeks. So usually it ends up coming back a lot faster. So you guys can take that into consideration. But if you guys are in a rush and need it faster, you guys can get the 1 business day filing time. It's $152. Or if you guys want to go the free route, you can just do 3 weeks. Usually, like I said, it's a lot faster. I'm just going to go with 3 weeks for this purpose. All right, now it's going to ask for your company information. Now this is where you're going to put in your LLC name. So for this example, I'm just going to go with Best Accounting Services. For the designator, it's going to ask you which type of ending do you want. So do you want L.L.C, LLC Limited Liability Company? So I'm just going to go with LLC, and this is what it's going to look like. As business type, it's going to vary for what type of business you're doing, but I'm just going to go with accountant. Number of members and owners, usually for the people that's creating LLC, always starts with 1, but if you have multiple owners or members, you guys can choose how many over here. You're just going to then provide a small business purpose, so like a description of what your business does. So for this example, I'm just going to say we provide tax services for people taxes. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be very simple. It's just like, it's just a little purpose for them to know. Next, you're going to enter keywords for your business. They have a whole bunch of different options. So for this one, I'm just going to do accounting because that's the type of business I'm doing, and it should pull up the business, so I'm just going to do it this one. Next is going to be your company address information. So you have two options you have with this. You can choose your own address. So this is the address that you put in on the previous step, whether it's your home address, office address, whatever it may be. Or you have another option of creating a virtual mail address. So this address over here, this is going to be your business's address on paper. But anytime someone sends anything to this address, it'll actually get redirected back to your home address. Now this is just great for privacy reasons, as it says over here. Maintain privacy by using a commercial address. So if you guys don't want your address out there, you guys can go with this. The only thing is it costs $29 a month. So if you guys are really big on privacy, you guys can go with this option. But usually people just end up using their home address, or if they have an office, they usually just end up going with that. So for this purposes, I'm just going to use my own address, and it pulls up your address that you put in on the previous step. So you can just hit check over here, and we're going to hit next. All right, next it's going to hit you with a little upsell. So it's saying for $149, you can get 3 premium services. So faster service, contract templates, domain name. So if this is something you guys want, you guys can go with this upsell, but I'm just going to go with no thanks. I will pass on this opportunity. Now it's just going to ask for your member information. So if you remember, we only put 1 member, so it's only going to ask information on that 1 person. But if it's a company, you could do company, but for this purpose, it's going to be individual. You're just going to pre-populate everything you put in on the previous step, and because this was only 1 person, the ownership will automatically be 100%, and you can just hit next from there. Now it's going to ask if you want a registered agent. Now, what is a registered agent? It's pretty much an agent that receives and forwards important legal and tax correspondence on behalf of the company. So you can think of this like an accountant or CPA. So if you have an accountant, you don't really need one, or if you want one, you can honestly just get it because it's free. With a registered agent, you get all this stuff. You get first year free, guaranteed rates, all included, all inclusive, reducive junk mail. So if you guys want, it's free. Doesn't really hurt anyone. So if you guys want to sign up for it, you can do it. So because it's free, I'm just gonna hit yes to that and hit next. All right, the next step is getting your EIN and tax number. So this is basically asking, are you a foreign individual? If you're yes, you're just gonna hit yes. If you're no, you're gonna hit no. You're gonna choose the name that's pre-populated. You're gonna put in your social security number. You're gonna put in your physical street address associated with your social security number, and you're gonna hit next. All right, this is where I'm gonna be stopping because I already have an LLC and I don't need to create another one. But you're already 55% way through. I think the next 30% is just reviewing everything you put in on the previous steps, and then the last 20% is you just putting in your card information to pay for this. It's honestly super simple from here on. It's very self-explanatory. The hard stuff we already did in the previous steps, so the next step, like I said, it's very simple to do. All right, after you place your order and everything goes through, you should get a confirmation email from them saying that everything went through and everything is looking good. From then on, you're gonna have to wait about a week or 2 or however long it takes to get your LLC, and you'll then get another email from InkFile saying all your paperwork is good to go. As I mentioned, I'd share with you guys how you can get your EIN number for free. Now, for those of you that were okay with paying the convenience fee, that's awesome. You don't have to worry about anything. But for those of you that didn't want to pay the $70, this is how you can get your EIN number for free. All you're going to want to do is go to the irs.gov website, which I'll leave down in the description box below. You're going to head over to File. You're going to choose Business and Self-Employed. Then you're going to choose Employer ID number, and you're going to scroll down over here and apply for EIN online, and you're just going to hit Apply Online now. Now, the website is down for maintenance right now, but it's super simple. simple. You're just going to have to put in a couple information based on your LLC, and you'll get your EIN number actually right away. The only thing is you're going to have to wait until your LLC is formed before you get an EIN number, because it's going to ask for your LLC name. So just wait until everything is finalized before you get your EIN number. As I said, this is like the free route of getting your EIN number. For those of you that didn't want to pay ink file, this is a great alternative. Like I said, it's super simple to do. It only takes like 5-10 minutes and you get your EIN number right away emailed to you. Also, I forgot to mention, whatever costs you pay in creating your business or LLC, whatever services you use or whoever you pay, you can actually write that off at the end of the year as an expense, because you needed to pay that in order to create the business. So if you're still on the fence of creating an LLC, I highly recommend it, because it's honestly a no-brainer. It doesn't take that long. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and for the money it does cost, you can just write it off at the end of the year. And you just want to be safe in case anything were to happen, because you never know what could happen within a business. So yeah, this was just a super simple walkthrough on how you guys can create your LLC for free, how to get your EIN number. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something new with this video, and hopefully you guys were able to follow along and set up your LLC as well. But that is it for today's video, guys. I do hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Peace.